Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's daughter Shiloh takes a big step forward in dropping her dad's last name.
She took an ad out of the Los Angeles Times to file a petition to remove Pitt as her surname, and moving forward, she'll be referred to as Shiloh Jolie.
Just when you know that your kids love each other, then you feel like they're going to be okay and they're going to always have each other.
Shiloh Jolie Pitt, the eldest biological child of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, has dropped a bombshell that has the entire world buzzing. Her recent revelations might confirm what many have suspected all along about Brad Pitt. Could this be the turning point in one of Hollywood's most talked about family sagas? In a shocking turn of events, Shiloh Jolie Pitt has decided to change her last name, dropping Pitt and going by Shiloh Jolie. This unexpected move has left many questioning her relationship with her father, Brad Pitt. What could have prompted such a drastic decision? Could it be related to the long-standing rumors of abuse and family conflict?
She filed the petition back in May for her 18th birthday because she does not want to be affiliated or associated with her famous father.
For years, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's relationship has been under intense scrutiny, with allegations of abuse and bitter legal battles making headlines. Shiloh's decision to change her name seems to align with these troubling narratives. Does this confirm that Brad Pitt's alleged abuse extended to his children as well?
Horrific when you think about what she is accusing Brad Pitt.
Angelina Jolie has been vocal about the painful events her children have endured. Could Shiloh's name change be a response to these traumatic experiences?
I'm not alone managing everything. They are an amazing team, so I'm very, very fortunate.
Moreover, the name change coincides with Shiloh turning 18 and stepping into adulthood. Is this her way of reclaiming her identity and distancing herself from her father's shadow?
She took an ad out of the Los Angeles Times to file a petition to remove Pitt as her surname, and moving forward, she'll be referred to as Shiloh Jolie.
What does this name change mean for Brad Pitt's public image? How will it impact the Jolie Pitt family dynamics moving forward?
Source tells us Brad was devastated by this choice. To him, it was more than a change of name. It was a symbol of a deeper estrangement that has been brewing for years.
In a surprising move, Shiloh Jolie Pitt has decided to change her last name, confirming her desire through a newspaper notice. Just over a month after filing court documents in Los Angeles County Court to change her last name, Shiloh, daughter of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, has published a legal notice in the Los Angeles Times for the past few weeks. She wants to change her name from Shiloh Jolie Pitt to Shiloh Jolie. According to California law, anyone petitioning to change their name must publish the order to show cause form in a newspaper at least 4 weeks in a row before the court date to avoid any delays. Shiloh's proposed name change has been published weekly since June 17th. Shiloh, who turned 18 on May 27th, filed the paperwork to legally remove Pitt from her name on May 30th. The reasons behind her decision to change her name haven't been disclosed. Despite being the child of two Hollywood superstars, Shiloh has managed to keep a relatively low profile over the years. Recently, she was seen accompanying her mom, Angelina Jolie, on the red carpet at the Tony Awards in New York City. Shiloh's decision to change her name has sparked considerable media attention and public speculation. Many are curious about the motivations behind her choice and what it might indicate about her relationship with her parents, especially her father, Brad Pitt. While the exact reasons behind this decision haven't been made public, Shiloh's lawyer hinted at a difficult chapter in her life, describing it as a result of painful events. This news comes amid ongoing speculation about the relationship between Shiloh and Brad Pitt. Shiloh's attorney, Peter Levine, in a new statement to Page 6, denied reports that the teenager decided to publish a newspaper ad regarding her decision to remove the Moneyball actor's name from hers. Shiloh Jolie did not take out an ad announcing any name change and any press reporting that is inaccurate, the attorney informed the news outlet. As Shiloh's attorney, I am required to publish a legal notice because the law in California requires that of anyone who wants to change their name. That legal notice was published in the Los Angeles Times. As is required, the statement continued, the lawyer told the news outlet to focus on being accurate, especially when reporting about young adults making really personal decisions. The lawyer added that the media should be more careful in their reporting, especially when covering a young adult who has made an independent and significant decision following painful events and is merely following legal process. This news comes just after her younger sister Vivienne was credited as Shiloh Jolie in the playbill for The Outsiders. Sources close to Brad Pitt reveal he's extremely hurt by the decision. After all, Shiloh was his first biological daughter, and he reportedly cherished their bond. He always wanted a daughter, a source earlier told the outlet.
Source tells us Brad was devastated by this choice. To him, it was more than a change of name. It was a symbol of a deeper estrangement that has been brewing for years.
An insider previously disclosed that Brad Pitt's relationship with his children has been strained for a while, with limited visitation permitted. It's certainly tough for Brad to be constantly reminded of the distance from his children. He loves and misses them dearly. It's a very sad situation. The former couple also has 5 other children together: Maddox, Pax, Zahara, Shiloh, and twins Vivian and Knox. Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's highly publicized divorce, though legally declared single in 2019, remains unresolved. Their split, fueled by accusations of a physical altercation in 2016, continues to be entangled in legalities.
Angelina Jolie has filed for divorce from Brad Pitt. She has cited irreconcilable differences.
The dispute centers around the sale of their French winery, Chateau Miraval. Jolie sold her shares for $67 million in 2021, and Pitt is contesting the sale in court. The legal battle between Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt rages on, with a new motion filed in April that alleges Pitt had a history of physical abuse against Jolie before the 2016 plane incident that precipitated their divorce. The motion was filed by Jolie's legal team to the Los Angeles Superior Court as part of an ongoing dispute between the ex-spouses over the Miraval winery they used to own together in the south of France. Pitt lobbed the first grenade in February 2022 when he sued Jolie for selling her share of the winery to a Russian oligarch instead of to him. He claimed that the pair agreed they would sell their stakes in Chateau Miraval separately, only with the other's consent, a claim that Jolie has denied. Jolie filed a countersuit claiming she sold her portion of the winery after negotiations to sell to Pitt broke down. He allegedly insisted that Jolie sign a non-disclosure agreement that would have contractually prohibited her from speaking outside of court about Pitt's physical and emotional abuse of her and their children. These allegations stemmed from a now infamous 2016 flight on a private jet that the family took together. Days after the flight, Jolie filed for divorce. Pitt allegedly choked one of the children and struck another in the face, and grabbed Jolie by the head and shook her, according to the filing. The FBI investigated the alleged plane incident in 2016, but did not bring forward any charges against Pitt. Jolie never filed charges against Pitt for the alleged abuse. In the filing, Jolie's team alleged that Pitt's abusive behavior started well before the 2016 flight. While Pitt's history of physical abuse of Jolie started well before the family's September 2016 plane trip from France to Los Angeles, this flight marked the first time he turned his physical abuse on the children as well, the motion states. Jolie then immediately left him. The motion requests access to communications between Pitt and the FBI, the U.S. Attorney's Office, the Los Angeles Police Department, and the L.A. County Department of Children and Family Services regarding the 2016 plane incident. In particular, Jolie's team is seeking information about the investigation of the incident, drug and alcohol testing, and a safety plan that Child and Family Services allegedly required Pitt to follow. Jolie's team is also filing to acquire Pitt's communications related to the all-encompassing non-disclosure agreement that tanked the Miraval sale. Her lawyers argued that Jolie and Pitt were close to reaching an agreement for Pitt to buy out Jolie's portion of the estate before he allegedly got cold feet. If that sale had been completed, this lawsuit never would have happened. But at the last minute, Pitt stepped back from his agreement to buy Jolie's interest in Miraval, and the deal collapsed, the motion reads, according to the Los Angeles Times. Jolie's legal team believes the reason Pitt backed out is because of a separate but simultaneous legal dispute over the custody of their children. As part of the custody battle, Jolie submitted sealed documents to the court titled Testimony Regarding Domestic Violence and Testimony of Minor Children. These testimonies apparently enraged Pitt. When Jolie filed the evidence in the custody suit, she was careful to file it under seal so that no member of the public could see it. But Jolie's sealed filing, which included emails, summaries of the family's expected testimony, and other evidence, caused Pitt to fear that the information could eventually become public. That's when Pitt decided to hinge the purchase of Jolie's share of the Miraval winery on her signing an expanded NDA to contractually bind herself to that silence. her lawyers argue. Mr. Pitt refused to purchase Miss Jolie's interest when she would not be silenced by his NDA. By refusing to buy her interest but then suing her, Mr. Pitt put directly at issue why that NDA was so important to him and what he hoped it would bury: his abuse of Miss Jolie and their family. Paul Murphy, Jolie's lawyer, told CNN. After 8 months of delays, this motion asks the court to force Mr. Pitt to finally produce that evidence. Pitt, however, claims that Jolie was the one who suggested an expanded non-disparagement clause as part of the sale, and that Pitt's legal team were seeking a narrower clause intended to protect the business in a 2023 filing. Pitt was sued by the new co-owners of the Miraval Winery in July 2023, who accused him of looting the estate and wasting company money on frivolous renovations. In the countersuit Angelina Jolie's legal team filed last year, new details about the alleged September 2016 altercation emerged. The suit claimed that Pitt choked one of the children and struck another in the face, and grabbed Jolie by the head and shook her during the altercation. Jolie's lawyer stated the dispute started when Pitt accused her of being too deferential to their kids. The two allegedly started fighting in the plane's bathroom. Pitt grabbed Jolie by the head and shook her, and then grabbed her shoulders and shook her again before pushing her into the bathroom wall, the countersuit read. Pitt then punched the ceiling of the plane numerous times, prompting Jolie to leave the bathroom. The countersuit alleged that Pitt attempted to get physical with one of their kids after the child came to Jolie's defense. When one of the children verbally defended Jolie, Pitt lunged at his own child and Jolie grabbed him from behind to stop him, the countersuit continued. To get Jolie off his back, Pitt threw himself backwards into the airplane seats, injuring Jolie's back and elbow. The children rushed in and all bravely tried to protect each other. Before it was over, Pitt choked one of the children and struck another in the face. Some of the children pleaded with Pitt to stop. They were all frightened. Many were crying. Jolie arranged for separate transportation at the airport to bring her and the children to a hotel without Pitt, the suit continued. She then went to wake Pitt up and told him that she and the children were going to a hotel. Pitt once again screamed at her and pushed her down yet again. What's more, Angelina revealed that she was upset with her ex-husband Brad Pitt for working with Harvey Weinstein after the disgraced movie mogul and convicted P-dater allegedly attempted her. In a 2021 interview with The Guardian, the Maleficent star, who has previously claimed that she was SA'd by Weinstein, spoke about an incident that allegedly occurred while working on the 1998 film Playing by Heart. "If you get yourself out of the room, you think he attempted but didn't, right?" Jolie said. "The truth is that the attempt and the experience of the attempt is an assault. It was beyond a pass. It was something I had to escape." She continued. "I stayed away and warned people about him. I remember telling Johnny Lee Miller, my first husband, who was great about it, to spread the word to other guys, don't let girls go alone with him. I was asked to do The Aviator, but I said no because he was involved. I never associated or worked with him again. It was hard for me when Brad did." In the interview, Jolie alleged that in 2012, Pitt approached Weinstein to work as a producer for the noir thriller Softly, which the Weinstein Company later distributed. "We fought about it. Of course it hurt," she said. Speaking to TMZ through his assistant, Weinstein claimed that Jolie was making up the allegations in order to boost sales for her book. "There was never an attempt to," he said. "It is brazenly untrue and clickbait publicity. You're Angelina Jolie. Every male and female in the world, I'm sure, shows interest in you. Is the whole world assault?" In any case, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie once epitomized Hollywood glamour, captivating fans and media alike as the ultimate it couple. Their love story began in 2005 on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, where they played a married couple. Their on-screen chemistry quickly became a real-life romance, sparking significant media attention, especially since Pitt was still married to Jennifer Aniston at the time. After Pitt's divorce from Aniston in 2005, the relationship between Pitt and Jolie became public. Jolie confirmed to People in 2006 that they were together and expecting a child, Shiloh, who was born later that year in Namibia. This announcement marked the official beginning of the Brangelina era, a period characterized by both their professional successes and their rapidly growing family. In the years that followed, Pitt and Jolie became known for their humanitarian efforts and the adoption of 3 children: Maddox from Cambodia, Zahara from Ethiopia, and Pax from Vietnam. Their biological children, Shiloh and twins Knox and Vivienne, brought their total to 6. Jolie described their family life as chaotic yet wonderful, highlighting the joy they found amidst the hustle and bustle of raising 6 children. In 2014, after nearly a decade together, the couple married in a private ceremony at their estate in Château Miraval, France. The event was intimate, attended only by their children and a few close friends. Pitt and Jolie shared that the day was relaxed and full of laughter, a special moment they cherished with their family. Throughout their relationship, the couple continued to work on various film projects, sometimes together, as seen in the 2015 film By the Sea. Their union was not only a blend of personal and professional life, but also a testament to their shared passions and values. Their story, filled with both public adoration and media scrutiny, painted a picture of a couple deeply committed to each other and their family. For a while, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's romance seemed to defy the odds, capturing the hearts of millions around the world. But 2 years later, it became apparent that Pitt and Jolie's happy home life was at an end. On Sept 14, 2016, Jolie and Pitt got into an alleged physical altercation on a private plane ride with their 6 kids from France to their home in Los Angeles. In heavily redacted FBI documents released 6 years later in 2022, Jolie claimed that Pitt's actions made her feel like a hostage on the plane as he allegedly grabbed and shook her, pushed her into a wall, and punched the ceiling of the aircraft. She further alleged that he looked like he was going to attack one of her children after they called him a prick during the alleged fight. Jolie also admitted to wrapping her arms around Pitt's neck in a chokehold style. The incident resulted in Pitt being investigated by the LA County Department of Children and Family Services. They later concluded the investigation with no findings of abuse. The report resurfaced amid the former couple's legal battle over the custody of their kids. Though once upon a time, in Hollywood, Oscar winner was briefly granted joint custody of their minor children in 2021, until a judge was removed from the case over impartiality concerns, reverting the agreement back to Jolie's full custody. Today, custody only applies to the ex's 15-year-old twins. Pitt has virtually no contact with the adult kids, a source told People amid reports that Zahara and Vivienne have also sought to change their last names from Pitt Jolie to Jolie. In any case, Shiloh's decision to change her name could be seen as a confirmation of the troubled dynamics within the Jolie-Pitt family. It suggests that the impact of the alleged abuse has resonated deeply with her. Angelina has maintained that the abuse started well before 2016. Shiloh's actions might be interpreted as supporting her mother's claims. The public's perception of Brad Pitt has shifted over the years. Shiloh's revelation adds another layer to the narrative, potentially corroborating suspicions about Brad's behavior. Media outlets have been quick to connect the dots. The name change, coupled with the history of allegations, paints a comprehensive picture of a family in crisis. For Shiloh, this could be a pivotal moment in her journey. It represents her taking control of her narrative and striving for a future free from the shadows of her past. Shiloh Jolie Pitt's decision to change her name is more than just a legal formality. It is a powerful statement about her identity and her experiences within one of Hollywood's most famous families. The name change has reignited discussions about the alleged abuse and conflict between Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, shedding new light on their tumultuous relationship. One person commented on Shiloh's decision, saying, "This is what happens when you're a terrible father in person. Good for her." A second person added, "This dude should have been canceled long ago." A third person wrote, "Good for her. She's mature enough to decide for herself. It's simple. They likely dislike their father because of his abusive behavior. And even after 8 years since the divorce, he's still taking legal action against their mother. Why would they want to keep his surname?" A fourth person took things a notch higher, saying, "Dang, and those kids haven't even begun to tell their stories about him yet. I have a feeling Brad Pitt's legacy is not going to last much longer." Anyway, Shiloh's move to drop her father's name suggests that the alleged abuse and conflict have deeply affected her, resonating with her to the point where she feels the need to make a public and legal declaration of her identity. Angelina Jolie has consistently maintained that the abuse from Brad began well before the infamous 2016 flight incident. Shiloh's actions, therefore, might be interpreted as an implicit support of her mother's claims, adding weight to Angelina's allegations. The public perception of Brad Pitt has undergone a significant transformation over the years. Once celebrated as a Hollywood icon and heartthrob, Brad's image has been tarnished by the allegations of abuse and the subsequent legal battles. Shiloh's revelation adds another layer to this evolving narrative, potentially corroborating long-held suspicions about Brad's behavior. Media outlets have been quick to connect the dots, presenting Shiloh's name change as a confirmation of the troubled family dynamics and the impact of the alleged abuse. The name change, when viewed in the context of the family's history, paints a comprehensive picture of a family in crisis. It suggests that the children, especially Shiloh, have been profoundly affected by the ongoing conflict and allegations. For Shiloh, this could be a pivotal moment in her journey toward healing and self-discovery. By choosing to change her name, she is taking control of her narrative, striving for a future free from the shadows of her past. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.